Well, here we go again. Hey guys, it's Jazz, and this is day 3 of doing 100 push-ups for 30 days in my quest to get jacked. Now we're slowly hitting that phase of this challenge where the initial excitement is starting to wear off. I mean, day 1 was fun, day 2 was motivating, but today I looked at the ground and sighed for like 10 minutes before pressing record. And if you've ever started a fitness routine, a new hobby, or honestly anything difficult, then you know what happens when the excitement starts to wear off. Your brain suddenly starts sending you very convincing messages that you need to chill. Things like, hey, if you keep doing this, your shoulders might actually fall off, or did you know that resting in bed has been scientifically proven to be beneficial to your body? You should go do that. At least that's what my brain tries to tell me. But today we are going to talk about why your brain is an absolute liar and how your body is capable of way more than you think. On day 2, I think I did just 30 regular push-ups, and the rest of my push-ups were a mix of knee push-ups and wall push-ups. But with every video, I'm trying to reduce the number of regressions that I do. So today I'm trying to do 50 knee push-ups and 50 wall push-ups. No, 50 regular push-ups. So hopefully I'm able to do that. That would be 20 more than I did on day 2. Sounds like a lot, kind of. But yeah, let's get started. So there's a fascinating concept in neuroscience called the central governor theory. It was proposed by a scientist named Tim Noakes, and it basically says that fatigue isn't your muscles actually running out of energy. Fatigue is an emotional state created by your brain to prevent you from hurting yourself. Think of your brain like a very overprotective parent. The moment you start doing push-ups and your muscles burn, your brain panics. It thinks, oh my god, Jazz is being attacked by a predator. Why else would she be doing 100 push-ups at a go? We need to shut this down. So it makes you feel tired long before your muscles are actually at 0%. Scientists have found that when your brain is screaming at you to stop, your body has actually only utilized about 40% of its actual physical capacity. You have a whole 60% left in reserve for absolute emergencies. You just have to learn to override your brain's programming. I mean, think about wild animals. A leopard doesn't have to stretch before it sprints 60 miles per hour to catch breakfast. It just goes. Animals have this perfect innate connection between explosive level strength and extreme elastic flexibility. When you watch a cat jump 6 times its height or stretch its spine into a perfect U, that is raw mobility. As humans, we have the same structural potential, but our modern lives, that is, sitting in chairs and staring at screens, tell our brain that we don't need that range of motion anymore. So the brain just deletes the software. It says, oh, you haven't done a back bend in 5 years? Let me just lock up these joints so it's extra difficult for you. Doing this challenge and my contortion training combined is basically a daily argument with my own nervous system. I'm manually rewriting the code, telling my brain, yes, we do need to be strong here. Yes, we do need to be able to bend here. And no, we are not going to die on rep 50. And this is the kind of mindset you need to have if you want to try this challenge out, or any other fitness challenge, to be honest. Just remember, your pain doesn't really matter, kind of. It does in certain cases, but your brain is just trying to protect you. Now comes the question, how did scientists even figure this out? Because for decades, the fitness community thought fatigue was purely physical. They thought your muscles literally ran out of glycogen, which is just fancy science talk for muscle fuel, and that your body physically stopped working, like a car running out of gas. But then researchers started studying elite marathon runners. They noticed something bizarre. When a runner crossed the finish line of a grueling race, completely exhausted and walking looking like a zombie, what did they do the second they crossed the line? They sprinted to celebrate. A lot of marathon runners do a lap of honor once they cross the finish line, which completely went against the theory that scientists had. If their muscles were at 100% depletion, a sprint would be impossible. The brain was just protecting the body. But the moment the finish line was crossed and the psychological stress disappeared, the brain released the emergency brake. And honestly, if you think the central governor is strict when you're doing push-ups, you should see how it acts when you try to do an oversplit or a deep back bend. In the flexibility and contortion world, my world, the central governor doesn't just send you messages. It goes absolutely crazy. There's a mechanism in your muscles called the stretch reflex. The moment you stretch a muscle further than it's used to going, your nervous system panics. It assumes you're about to tear a hamstring or snap a tendon, so it sends a reflex signal to violently contract the muscle to keep it safe. When you see me doing any sort of mobility work on this channel, I'm not actually forcing my muscles to stretch. Most of what's happening is between my brain and my body. I'm breathing deeply, staying relaxed, and slowly convincing my nervous system that this position is safe and that I'm not about to injure myself. When my brain realizes there's no danger, it lets those protective signals ease off, and then I can move a little bit further. Training for contortion isn't just about flexibility. It's about teaching your brain to trust your body. And to me, the funniest part about this whole thing is how easily your brain can get tricked by visual cues. Have you ever been doing a set of exercises, feeling totally fine, and then you accidentally catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror? You see how red your face is, how much you're sweating, and suddenly you realize how exhausted you are. That's your brain, the central governor, taking visual data and immediately tanking your energy levels. Or even worse, you're crushing your workouts, you feel like you could actually go for another hour. And then you look at your fitness watch and it says, activity completed, 500 calories burned, and your brain sees that and goes, oh, we hit the target, awesome. Let me trigger your muscles to feel tired so you don't have to do this anymore. It just proves that so much of our daily exhaustion is just a placebo effect. We feel tired because we expect to feel tired after a certain amount of time or reps. By breaking up my 100 push-ups into different sets and formats, I'm actually trying to distract my own central governor. If I'm thinking about things like neuroscience and talking to you guys, my brain forgets to count the reps properly. And then before it realizes what happened, we're already at rep 90. This is also why when doing exercises, you're gonna hear a lot of people say you need to train until failure, because they know that your brain always has a little bit of extra energy left, and you need to push your muscles as far as they can go if you want to see growth. I'm doing my final sets now, and my brain is throwing all kinds of warning signals to me. But the central governor is going to be ignored today. So next time you're working out or trying to finish a hard project and you hit that wall of fatigue, just remember the 40% rule. Your mind will give up long before your body actually does. You just have to acknowledge the thoughts, thank your brain for trying to keep you safe, and then do 10 reps anyway. And that is 100 push-ups locked in for the day. Another day closer to the finish line. If you enjoyed this video and enjoyed me geeking out over brain science today, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and tell me how you push through your own mental walls when you're trying out a new fitness routine. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!